Welcome everyone to another session of Fans Dugout. This is a special tribute to Dr. Dean Jones, and we're all gathered here to remember him and pay tribute to one of the great legends of the game. And just a quick introduction about Dean Jones. He was a revolutionary of the game. He was one of the great hitter of the white ball cricket, and he was also known for his secret red book that he used to use, which was also called as his his book of secrets for how to win a match. And his running between the wickets was always something that pressurized the fielders on ground, and it was revolutionary. And he was also a lover of the game, and he was an amazing person. So it was always good to have him here, and he was a great legend on and off the field as well. So just welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We as World Cricket fans welcome you as a part of this fans dugout. And if any one of you has any story to share about Mr. Dean George, or some thoughts that you would like to share with us, you can go ahead, and now would be the moment when you want to share something about Dr. Dean Jones.
Yeah, I can do something.
Yep.
Yes, big part of my childhood, Dean Jones. And I can remember him when he started playing cricket. It's just the energy that he had on the field was just absolutely amazing. And he wore the sunscreen on his nose and he's chewing the gum, and like he was on cover point mid-wicket, probably one of the finest fielders I've ever seen. And his batting also matched it. And one of the things that I'll always remember is when he used to get dropped, when he used to come to England and we used to watch it, and I used to watch it even on Australian TV, he always, I used to be gutted. I used to be really gutted that he didn't used to play, because I just loved that energy. And I think that was the big turnout with Dean. I'll always remember that, his energy. And he put it onto the Star Sports as well in the dugout, which was really bad. And so I'm really sad about his demise.
Yes, he was definitely a great loss to the cricketing community, and he'll always be remembered for the person he was and the legend he really is. Anyone else who would like to go ahead and share some thoughts about Dean Jones?
Yeah, I would love to share something about him. Yeah,
Definitely.
the test match we remember all about. He played in Madras at
Yes.
42 degrees Celsius and he scored 210 and
Yep.
made a test draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of these amazing innings, and it also ended up in being in a hospital on
Yep.
a drip. So yeah, he was a real cricket matinee before Twitter and Facebook took over.
Yeah.
So he was an epitome of a grit. Like, I have read quite a lot about him. I have seen his matches. He used to play like so confidently, a bit of aggressive. He used to never mind going down, squeeze the lane, and walk or talk to the bowler.
Yep.
He was really very involved, and he had a very good knowledge of the cricket, and he used to share it with all the youngsters and all.
Yes.
Never mind that. All that. So yeah.
Some great thoughts about Mr. Dean Jones. And yes, we all remember his memorable knock in Madras in the scorching heat, and that was definitely one of his top innings that he played, and we got to witness. I know, although we never got to witness any of his matches live, but this is something all as cricket fans, would definitely Google and YouTube and just watch his highlights back in the day. So yep, definitely a legend of the game, and we're really glad that we got to witness his greatness. Anyone else before I go ahead and start a small quiz that we have planned for you guys? Anyone else wants to share anything about Mr. Dean Jones?
Has anyone met him as well from this fan session? David must be okay. David.
Yeah, I've met Dean Jones at the MCG when I was working in cricket analysis company named Darkfish, and Dean Jones is a great supporter of video analysis way back in, I think it was 2005, 2006. So he was one of the revolutionaries, like everyone he talked about here, when he does play cricket. And I'll get back to his playing days in a second. But the fact he was at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, we're doing this, he wanted to talk about the Darkfish, to bring it out to Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, the way that he really cared about the game. And he really thinks that, this is a tool for young cricketers to develop a game across the subcontinent, but also in Australia, New Zealand, around the world. So The thing that really struck me was he's very knowledgeable. He takes a lot of time for people. You don't see him putting somebody down or dismissing somebody. He seems to have the time. It's one of those rare people who can just have the time for somebody, especially even when he's coaching. He's a commentator, but even back when he was playing, I mean, in the playing days, he's always one of the first people, you know, when he walks up to the cricket ground and everyone there just, you know, have to walk through the tunnel and Gurnam's nose, you know, everyone in the crowd. The Dean's one of those people who would just say hello to somebody, or, you know, if he knows someone, he would acknowledge it even when he gets out, but he's still professional all the same. I think the other thing is, when I was a kid, most of us all want to be Dean Jones in the school playgrounds, you know, where he had a bin and a cricket bat and a tennis ball. Everyone said, I want to be Dean Jones. So it's one of those things, because every time he comes on television, it's like Dean Jones is in. Whole family, everyone comes in. You know, everybody else is just boring. It's Dean Ward, come in, nice, boring. Dean Jones. So I think it's just his charismatic. He's just a personality, and I think just a lot of people related to him, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, apart from Shane Warne, it's Dean Jones, and from Victoria, the two cricketers that come out big when we were growing up a lot. So I think it's kind of, we lost a bit of our childhood when Dean passed away, because, you know, it was just, he's too young, but sad things happen. But the fact that he was very foremost in mind when someone talks about cricket, always Dean Jones is mentioned when we're growing up playing cricket.
Yep, that's it's really great that you at least even got to meet the legend. I mean, we would definitely have loved the opportunity to at least have met him once in life. But Ishwinder, you had something to say about him as well.
Yeah, I had already met him just during the Women's T20 World Cup in the March, on the semi-final day of India versus England, the game that was washed out. I met him at SCG. I had a selfie with him. Yeah,
Nice. That's
that
really,
is the only memory I have.
yep, but still counts. I mean, that's really lucky that you even got to meet him. So I guess that's it. So let's quickly move on to a quick quiz session that we have planned for all you guys.
Well, we need to just make sure that people who doesn't know about his journey, so we have prepared those questions to know about him and his life, and also the winner will also receive his autobiography. So at least we can share some thoughts and a memory we can actually always cherish with you, with your family, and the people who are actually coming, and you maybe crossing the path with the players or the childhood people.
Yep. So let's go. So you're supposed to pick the color of what you think is the right answer, and the faster you answer, the more points you'll get. So make sure you answer fast, but also make sure that you answer correct. There are no negative markings or no negative points if you answer wrong, so don't be afraid to take a guess, even if you don't know. And we have Ashish in the lead. Good. Giving tights. And Ashish and Gaurav are going good.
Don't Google it, right?
Okay. Ashish has a streak. Nice, Ashish. Way to go.
Oh!
Close.
Gaurav has a streak. Nice, Gaurav. Good going. Oh, we have a nice top fight at top. So let's see how this is close. So oh, nice. It's going good. Oh, we have a new leader. Nice. What was Dean Jones' top scorer in first class cricket? Four right answers. Ishwinder. Nice. Gaurav seems to be in a streak. Last question, guys. Come on, you can still win this.
Oh,
Answers. So let's see who won.
Gaurav. Ashish.
Ashish in third place. Ishwinder in second place. And in the first place, we have
Gaurav.
Gaurav. Nice.
Hey, congratulations.
Well done, Gaurav.
Gaurav.
Congratulations, Gaurav.
Gaurav.
That was close. Ashish and Gaurav, that was a nice fight, but well done, Gaurav.
Thank you. Frankly
I am
speaking,
second,
one
man.
answer was a bluff.
Well played, Gaurav.
I am second, man.
One answer was a bluff, frankly speaking. Thank you so much.
That's all right. As long as you got it right, that's all that matters.
Now you at least have one more memory to share with and put in your diary that you
Yep.
have won this game through, and you could also receiving this book for autobiography for Dean Jones.
Yeah, surely, sir.
So that was yes. So that was about Dr. Dean Jones, and I hope that quiz did give you some insights about his history or his legacy. And I think we all miss him so much, and it would really mean a lot if we could remember him for the legacy he has left back. And it's really great that we got to witness whatever he left us behind. So quickly moving on to today's game, it's Kings 11 Punjab versus Rajasthan Royals. So let's start with all the Rajasthan Royals fans out here. So let's start with Mr. Surinder because he seems the most excited. So Mr. Surinder, what are your expectations from today's match? How do you think Rajasthan would perform after that first match and the first performance by Sanju Samson?
Firstly, a split family, so half Punjabi and a couple Royals. So it's going to be interesting in the house.
Yep.
And I'm really very excited with this game because I think both teams are in my pick to get to the playoffs. I think Punjab's bowling attack is probably one of the best with Cottrell and Shami bowling. I think them two are brilliant, and I really like Ravi Bishnoi. And they've got the extra spin of Maxwell as well, which gives them extra overs, and the all-rounder in Neesham, probably Neesham will play today. But I think our strength is the batting, so it's really batting versus the bowling. And if we win the toss, I would definitely want to chase, because if we get KL Rahul and Maxwell out, I don't think the Punjab have got the middle order, and their tail is quite long. So I think that it all depends on who bats first, and if we bat first to get 185, 190, I think we'll defend that. Because I think really Punjab's batting is their main weakness. Their bowling is very, very good, but their batting, I think there's 2 or 3 players. Pooran's not playing well. So I don't want Chris Gale. No Chris Gale today, please. Just pick Pooran and I'll be happy.
Yep, definitely. Let's hope Rajasthan Royals get to bowl and they get the top order of Punjab soon so that they don't do much damage. Moving on to Ashish. Ashish, what are your thoughts on today's game? What are you expecting from Rajasthan Royals today?
Sharjah is a small ground, we all know.
Yep.
So we all will witness a high scoring game. And last match the RR played was a 217, was a big total against CSK. So Josh Butler will be in today's match because he have passed the quarantine period. So it will give a blistering start to RR and Sanju Samson with it. I think RR will take the match away from Punjab. As against Punjab is only Rahul. Lokesh Rahul is only who have some firepower in the opening order. Mayank Agarwal can do, but I don't think Rahul and Mayank Agarwal can take the entire match away from RR. So that's why RR has a better chance today.
Moving on to you, Punjab fans, what do you have to say to that? Let's start with Tapan. Tapan, do you agree with what Ashish has to say, or do you think that Kings 11 would blow them away?
I would beg to differ to that because from what we saw in the last match as well, uh, a lackluster Chennai batting scored 200 plus runs against RR's bowling. Only shining light was Jofra Archer. Apart from him, none of the bowler looks good. Tewatia bowled still better than rest of the bowlers, I would say, because he picked up 3 wickets, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Rest of the bowling was, I don't think it's up to the mark, with especially kind of a batting order that we have. He might not be Puran might not be firing right now as of now, but you never know. On his given day, he can single-handedly take the game away on any given track when he gets
But he's
going.
never done it in the IPL, has he?
So
He's never done it in the IPL because I followed him quite a bit. And
yeah, we all start someday, sir. It has to start someday. So yeah, he's a match winner on his day, and we have seen it in CPL as well. He scored 145 deliveries.
but I'm thinking I'd rather
And-
not face Gale than Puran. So
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. Why is not Gale playing? Even I was a little bamboozled with that because Gale on his own can take the game away from any team. If he stays there for 10 overs, he can make the match one-sided by himself.
So
yeah, that's what I fear. That's what I fear. And I think Raul's the danger man for us. And I think Maxwell. I'm more scared of Maxwell than Puran. I think Maxwell looks, if he gets over 20-25. But then if you look at the batting matchups, what we have, say if we have Joss, Sanju, and even lower down, we could have Yashashvi. He bats lower down. We've got the batting strength. So it's how our open. I think the game will be decided in the first 10 overs. If we bat and we get a score, I think we will win.
moving
Yeah,
on to
I believe your lower middle order is also slightly a problem. Yeah, please go on.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Carry on.
Your lower middle order is slightly problem with in the absence of Ben Stokes. David Miller has not fired in last 4 years. Trust me, and I can say it for sure because I've been waiting for him to fire for last 4 years.
Same.
He was in Punjab for last 4 years. He's not been able to fire. So with him being in the side and the young Riyan Parag, though he has shown the glimpses that he can go, but he has not performed up to the mark as well as of now. So lower middle order, number 5, 6, 7 is slightly a problem. As you've said, it's pretty much right that top 4 would matter. First 10, 12 overs will decide the fate of the match.
Sorry to cut you, Tapan, but what if the top order scores 200 plus? Then what's the matter of lower order? If Josh Butler, Sanju Samson, Steve Smith can provide you 180 plus, then what's the matter of number 6 or 7? Archer can hit boundaries.
I agree with you, Ashish. In that case, please remember, scored 132 on his own last game as well. So, if you got a good top order, so do we. So let's hope that. I'm just hoping for a cracker of a game. Let's hope that we have a
game as of short boundaries.
yes,
Okay,
short
so
boundaries, good batting conditions.
Yep. Just a minute. Sorry to interrupt you there. Let's quickly have thoughts about. Let's have David here. David, what are your thoughts on today's match? Who are you supporting today? And are you a Steve Smith fan, or are you gonna go with Kings 11 today?
Come on, David, you can do it. I love ball.
Oh, this is a really tough one. I'm actually quite neutral in Indian Premier League. I was just go. I'm actually really interested to see how Maxwell come back from recovery more than Smith or Warner or anybody, because I know Glenn Maxwell had a lot of mental challenges over the last few years, been in and out of the national team. To me, when he's on fire, he's the best 2020 player, batsman in the world, along with quite a few others. He's just unstoppable. So I think for me, the whole Premier League at the moment is I just want to see Maxwell get back on form, because when his nickname is the Big Show. So, we need him back in the Big Show, because he does bring people to the game, especially down here in Australia. And I just think for him more than, I know Smith and Water, they had their suspensions. So they're now back in the Premier League. It's great to see that. But for me, it's Maxwell. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping you will get a couple of big ones. So I'm really excited about that.
Good to know about that, David. Quickly moving on to Gaurav. Gaurav, what are your thoughts on today's game? Who do you think is going to win today, and who are you supporting today?
Yeah, I'll go with Kings 11 since I'm a supporter of Kings 11 since 2008. Frankly speaking, they have never gained a spotlight, so they deserved it. What they deserve it. Kings 11 has always been underplayed, and being since watching this IPL, I think so with RR, this match is gonna be a really spectacular match. Even RR has been a very good form. Steve Smith is there. Josh Butler is back in the game for today.
Yep.
So it's really gonna be him. And for the Gale, what I'm thinking is, yes, they are gonna be stick to the same playing 11 which they did with last.
Yep.
Gale, they are gonna stay for the best. If things go down south in a while in the next two matches, they're gonna bring up Gale. So
Yep.
that he might take some few matches again for them.
Yep.
That might be a surprise package for Gale.
Yep.
And even Glenn Maxwell they have in middle order, and he can be a very good spin bowler, and he is 2 wickets away from 200 T20 wickets, I think so.
Yep.
So yeah, we are gonna expect a very good match today, and Kings 11 for sure, always.
Yep. Hoping it would be a cracker of match. Moving to Ishwinder, you seem very excited about today's match as well. What are your takes, Ishwinder, on today's match?
Definitely, it will be going towards Kings 11.
Yep.
I expect Gale to come today into the party because it is a small ground and he can hit a long ball, very well.
Yep.
He can single-handedly take the game away from RR. I expect Maxwell to fire as well today. Against Archer, he hit 2 sixes in a row in a last ODI
Yep.
series versus Australia versus England.
Yep.
On third ball, he got out, but but I expect to hit him 4 sixes in a row today to
Yep.
Archer. Definitely, it will be a high-scoring game. It is a small ground and a batting pitch, as we have seen in the last match. So it will be a cracker of a game, and Kings 11 all the way.
Yep. Lastly, but moving on to Mayank. Mayank, how do you think Rajasthan will perform today? And do you think the team winning the toss should go for chasing the game, because everyone has been undermining the due factor? Everyone has been thinking that the due factor would come into play later, but then it hasn't worked so far for the teams, and they've underestimated or overestimated the due factor. What are your thoughts on this?
Like you mentioned, the due factor, I think in the last match in RR versus CSK, there was lot of due, and the Rajasthan Royals spinner bowled really well with that much due.
Yep.
I think that will be a little advantage as KXIP hasn't played in Sharjah as of now.
Yep.
But obviously expecting a very cracker of a match. Hopefully we get KL Rahul early and we can put the pressure on the middle order of KXIP.
Yep. Nice.
Don't forget we have Mayank.
Don't
forget we have Mayank. He single-handedly took us to victory.
Mayank was right, because in Sharjah the due factor was a big factor, and we still bowled well in the second inning. So if we win the toss, we will definitely put Kings 11 in, and you will see the fireworks, the patake. Both Punjab pahunchuga, zarur.
Definitely hoping a lot of fireworks today. So quickly, let's just get a quick lineup in 30 seconds. Mr. Surinder, who would be your starting 11 for Rajasthan today?
I'm going for opening. I'm going for Butler and Smith.
Yep.
And Sanju at 3. I'm going to go for no Robin or Tapa. I'll play an extra batsman, and I'm going for Curran. I'm not going for Miller. I'll go for Curran. Yeah, as our overseas. So our 4 overseas will be Curran, Joss, Archer, and Smith.
Yep, good to know. Tapan, moving on to you. What's your expected lineup for today's match in a quick 30-second time?
I would expect Chris Gale to come in for Puran and Maxwell. And instead of Nisham, I would go for a specialist death bowler in Chris Jordan.
Yep.
Though he was expensive in first match, but yeah, he's a world-class bowler. So him along with Cottrell.
Yep, good to know. last but not the least, Gaurav, what are your thoughts on IPL so far? How has this IPL been for you, and how has this new experience been for you? Watching IPL from home and not being able to go cheer the teams from the stadium.
Yeah, IPL has been good. All the thanks to those back staff who has been able to give us a good cricket.
Yep.
Even though we started with international cricket in England, but yeah, it's always good to watch cricket anywhere. And through virtual, it's a very new experience for us.
Yep.
And I have been watching your YouTube videos and on Instagram. It's really amazing stuff. You are bringing our whole of the cricket community together.
Yep.
And sharing our thoughts about cricket.
Yep.
So yeah, this has been very good, but I look forward more of the international cricket in coming days, more test crickets, and we have test world championship lined up, so it's gonna be interesting here for us.
Yep. Definitely, it's going to be interesting ahead as well. Ishwinder, do you have anything to add on this? How has your experience been so far?
My experience has been really good till now. We have a cracker of games till now. All are the nail biters.
Yep.
Just except the last match.
Yep.
So in my 11, I expect Chris Gale in place of Pooran.
Yep.
Maxwell.
Yep.
Cottrell, and in place of Nisham, I expect today specialist spinner Mujibur Rahman, because top order of RR struggles against spin. We
Yep.
have a quality spinner in Mujibur Rahman, so we can, if we get Butler early, we can put pressure on RR.
Yep, definitely. So last, Mr. Gurnam, is there anything that you would like to add to today's meet?
Yes, I think it's going to be a high scorer match as the ground is smaller, and I think it's going to be an amazing match because they all have a very good batting lineup. And
Yep.
moving forward, I think the best team will definitely win this game. And I also want to acknowledge Nitin, who actually bring this idea when we discussing about Dean Jones tribute, and that is very emotional for me and very, very personal for me, because I have had interaction a month back, and suddenly when I saw that he passed away on the news, and I can't even believe one of the fan who actually posted on Instagram story, and I asked, are you serious? And he said somebody posted and I posted. So I actually Googled the news, and it was very, very sad. And coming from you in 2 days back in a row, less than 24 hours, coming up with this Kahoot app, organizing the question. I really want to say thank you, Nitin, and World Cricket fans for the team behind who's actually bringing all the people connecting together. Soon we are launching a few phase. Please connect with us. I also have requested from few fans, they cannot actually talk over the Zoom meeting or a call, and they messaging me again. This is like a first time, and we making this platform to build the confidence, build what you want to do, and we want to hear from you. And that's all I want to say, man. Thank you so much for your time, David, Surinder, Mayank, Ishwinder, Ashish, Tapan, and Gaurav. All the way, like we connecting from not only from India, somewhere from Australia, someone is from London, and it's just like, it's like a one family, like cricket unite people, and that sports make a legacy. And thank you so much for everyone once again.
I would really like to thank you all for joining us today, and I would also like to thank World Cricket fans for giving us this platform where we get to connect with each and every one of you and share the same passion that we have for cricket. So it has really been amazing to have you here today, and it's been a great pleasure to host you here today and have this meeting and have this tribute to Dean Jones. I would like to thank you all for joining in today, and I hope we get to witness a cracker of a match today. So, Halla Bol or Sadda Punjab.
Allah ball.
Allah ball.
Punjab nahi, aaj